Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
When evaluating a prospect, in this case the Yankees' #1 overall prospect, Anthony Volpe, it's important to look beyond his numbers to see if his approach will play at a higher level. His numbers, though, were terrific. Between low-A Tampa and high-A Hudson Valley, Volpe dominated in his first full season in the minors, batting .294 with a .423 on-base percentage, a 1.027 OPS, 35 doubles, 6 triples, 27 home runs, and 78 walks. He had an impressive 249 total bases in just 109 games. So during the lockout, I've been scouring the internet for footage of this guy so that I could study his swing mechanics and see what he brings to the table. Here's a quick breakdown of everything I notice. The first thing that stands out to me is probably his bat speed. Let's start by watching a few of his swings in real time with no voiceover, just so you can see how quickly he gets to the ball. Let's begin with the setup. A classic batting stance with the feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart. This would qualify as a wide batting stance, which gives you a well-balanced foundation to swing from. You can see that his hands are in what's called the slot position, which means that the bat is bisecting the helmet at about a 45-degree angle if you were to look at it from behind. Next comes the weight shift. You can see that his weight has shifted from being balanced over both feet to being primarily loaded on his back foot, with his front foot barely coming off of the ground. This is opposed to some people who do kind of a higher leg kick. His head has also shifted slightly lower. I don't mind head movement as long as it's early in the approach. Some hitters do that in order to get a better look at the pitch. Derek Jeter used to drop his head a little bit when he loaded up his swing too. Volpe's hands have also rotated into an even more exaggerated and fundamentally perfect slot position, and they are now behind his right shoulder, away from his body, and balanced almost directly above his right foot and in the striking position. The hip is now cocked slightly inward, and this is going to be the key to his swing, his hips. You'll see what I mean in just a second. Jumping ahead to the pre-contact strike position. He's hitting with a closed front foot, despite the fact that his hips have completely rotated towards the ball. That is not easy to do, but it's the correct way to make sure you're not pulling off the ball. If you look at some of the best hitters in history, that's exactly what they do. The foot acts as a correcting mechanism to keep the hips where they're supposed to be. He's pivoted his back foot, what they call squashing the bug. And you can see that the weight has shifted again and is kind of arriving forward in his momentum at the same time that the ball is about to reach its contact point, and that's why this ball was absolutely murdered for a home run. Let's take a look at another swing, this one from Baseball America. Once again, you see the wide stance, the high hands, and then boom, drops into an aggressively balanced striking position. And maybe a slightly higher leg kick this time, but still just getting that foot off the ground enough to get the weight transferred. He then quickly strides forward with very little head movement, that's good, and zero extra hand movement, and just creates a quick and simple path to the ball, lightning quick hands, and this ball is drilled as well. You can see that the front foot has slightly opened up after contact here, but you can tell that he was fighting to keep it closed. He knows what makes him a good hitter. Main takeaways: he's exceptionally balanced. He's got a very simple and smooth path to the ball, and he really explodes with his hips, but doesn't open up too much. That allows him to stay through the ball, and that's what's going to give him that power to both right field and left field, because he's getting those hands through and using his hips, but he's not opening up and pulling off the ball. I'm really impressed by what I've seen. Cannot wait to see this kid get a shot in the big leagues. It's going to happen, folks.